University of Cape Town, I studied English, so I've always had a kind of a penchant for the language side of things. I've always written for myself, but I've never actually hadn't actually written for a publication until I moved to Miami. And then it was very much about trying to test myself. So the first person who came to me to contribute to anything was when I was director at Locust Projects. And he invited me to contribute a piece to what was then the Wynwood Art magazine, if I recall, that then became, I think it's Pulse. And he invited me to contribute. And so I wrote 2 or 3 pieces for him, looking back, which were probably not as finely tuned as I would like them to be. But it was a great way for me to be able to kind of test the voice of how to speak about art outside of the exhibition space. I was used to writing texts for shows and not necessarily for somebody who might not have ever been to a specific space and seen that specific artwork. So it's a different way to engage. Art Aldea then approached me to write for them following that. That was through a friend of mine, Hanan Carrara, who was based in Miami. I did 1 piece for them, they liked it, and I've now been writing for them, I think, for 5 years. And then I got recommended for other things. So it's really not anything I've sought out. I do love it. If I could make it a full-time job, I probably would. And then most recently I've written a book called Yes, Collect Contemporary Art, El Salvador, which I co-edited with Simon Vega and Mario Cater Fresh. And it's the first book to come out about art being produced in and about El Salvador. So I'm very excited about that. It's launching in Art Basel this year.